Hey everyone, welcome to Hanging with Uncle. I'm Gene, and let's get started. Now, today I'm sorry, I apologize from the very beginning if I ramble. So, let's go ahead and start with how I normally conclude the show. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and the notification bell so you don't miss whenever new content comes out. Having said that, let's get to it, all right? Now, we've talked about the budget bill that Cadet Bonespurs wants to pass, giving breaks to billionaires at the expense of you, the working class, and the retired, because they have been lying to all of us the entire time, saying that Medicaid was not an issue, it would not be touched, and that is 100% a lie. And you can look... check out the Borowitz report, plug for reporter Andy Borowitz, who covered the story on lying in politics. And the Supreme Court gave us the decision, thanks to John Roberts, the chief, and this was his opinion, was that politicians can lie because that's their religion. It's what they do 7 days a week. So if a politician lies, we're not going to hold them accountable. It's there. All right? So check it out and you'll understand why I'm telling you they're lying to you, because Project 2025 said they were going to cut Social Security and Medicare. Social Security may not be on the table now, but Medicaid is. And again, they're doing that not by specifically saying Medicaid, but they're taking it from the Department of, whatever department is, Commerce, I can't remember, Energy, that oversees Medicaid. Okay, so the cost of your health insurance is going to increase, your benefits will decrease, and there's no excuse for it other than giving the people who need breaks the least, the rich, the tax break. Okay? Now, this has been, again, since trickle-down economics and Ronald Reagan's terrible economic plan that he imposed on the rest of us, and now has been in effect for over 40 years. We need to reverse it. We need to put a Congress in there that will say, here's a bill to repeal trickle-down economics, to repeal Citizens United. And Citizens United is very important because it gets to hide who the donor is and how much, because you can have super PACs now that do not have to report that information. And you can give millions of dollars to a candidate through a super PAC and nobody knows who it is or how much it is. So these Republicans right now who are rushing to vote to take your benefits away, they don't care. They could care less. Why? Because they won't need Social Security or Medicare. They're getting millions of dollars from the billionaires, people who run insurance companies, banks, etc., etc. They're getting millions from them, so they'll be able to afford everything, and they don't care about you. And that's why they don't care about lying to you. They sleep like children, like infants, for telling lies to you because it's lining their pockets. And I say this to kind of get to the point of Thom Tillis, who is a Republican senator from the state of North Carolina. And because he is speaking out against this bill, because of all of the calls that you guys are making, telling him, don't do this, now he's speaking out against it. Why, Tom? Because it's an election year. But because you're so afraid of, the mango moron, you're not going to run for re-election because he's going to support your primary opponent. You're a coward, Thom Tillis. You're not a patriot. You're not finally doing the right thing. I've looked at your voting record for the 10 years that you've been in the Senate, And of course, yes, I attached the link in the description box, and you can also go to votesmart.org, and there's a list of every elected federal representative and their voting record. So if you want to see how they really think and what they do, the proof is in the pudding. Look at their voting record. Don't believe what they're saying, because the Supreme Court said they can lie to you, and they will. But Thom Tillis, of course, now that he's getting these calls, is kind of backpedaling a little bit, because Thom Tillis is the same Republican that supported Republicans when he voted against the John Lewis Voting Rights Act to safeguard the right to vote for people. But since he did not do that, Republicans that are running the voting, where's the Secretaries of State? I'm sorry, forgive me. Your Secretary of State who's in charge of your voting, they are purging voters, which is what's happening in Georgia and every other red state or purple state that has possibly the possibility of flipping to blue. So he's all for that. Tom, after all these mass shootings and gun legislation that's been proposed, Thom Tillis has always been a no vote. So, cry me a river. I thank you for finally doing one thing right in your 10 years in the Senate. You did one thing right. I don't care. You mean nothing to me. Boo-hoo. You had 10 years to do the right thing for the American people, and you only did the right thing for your wallet, using your Senate office as an ATM machine. So wake up, everybody. Do some critical thinking. Know where to look for the information, and that's votesmart.org. All right? So that's all I have for today. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you guys later. Please